ISS, this is Explorer. We are picking up on a visual of unidentified object approaching Earth's atmosphere. If you could please confirm.
Houston, this is ISS. We're showing it.
This is Oracle News Network. For over half a decade, we have accurately predicted major world events such as COVID, the Queen dying, Donald Trump being elected and we join you today for the 2026 predictions, only on ONN.
Hello there. My name is Benjamin D. Almeida, iteration 632. I'm broadcasting to you from a time in the not-so-distant future, a time where every single societal issue, every single environmental problem that you have once faced has been eradicated. I am elated to share with you that the original Oracle, Benjamin D. Almeida Iteration 1, received a vision in the year 2025, December 31st, that laid the pathwork for the rest of human civilization forever and ever. He saw the path that cured society of all of its problems, cured the planet of all of its issues, and laid the predictions for the rest of eternity. And that's what I have to share with you today. The 2026 predictions, or as we call them now, visions. But before we begin, I'd love nothing more but to share in the tradition of relishing in the things that came true over the past year that the Oracle himself predicted. Let's begin. Number 1.
Kamala Harris will come out with a book. Who do liberal white moms love? Kamala Harris. What do liberal white moms love to purchase? New York Times bestseller memoirs.
I would have thought it'd be unheard of for a political candidate to capitalize off of their failed election campaign with something as trivial as a book, but it happened. Number 2.
A major fast food chain will have to shut down from a food poisoning incident.
And just like that, around the end of the year 2025, Taco Bell was the culprit of over 150 cases of salmonella across the United States, affecting people in over 20 states. Did you think it could have been anyone else? Number 3.
Sabrina Carpenter will crash out. I don't know. I have no further explanation. I just feel it coming. She may be short and sweet, but I feel like she has a Glock. Okay.
Matter of fact, just weeks before this will be broadcasted to you back in the year 2025, Sabrina Carpenter actually crashed out, but it was completely valid, some would say, after Homeland Security used her song in a very malicious way to demonize immigrants. Sabrina Carpenter replied to one of those tweets by the government and said, I quote, "This video is evil and disgusting. Do not ever involve me or my music to benefit your inhumane agenda." To which the government crashed out against her, which is so interesting because you'd think that the government back then would have bigger fish to fry than arguing with a pop star. But it became one of the most liked tweets of the year on Twitter. We didn't even know back then that tweets could get 1.5 million likes. We thought it was a dead app. And the next prediction?
Another major celebrity will be exposed as Diddy 2.0. I truly think it's a matter of time. I feel like there's going to be like a Gen Z Diddy.
Now this one is a little bit open to interpretation. I would say if the shoe fits, it can apply. I don't know. Moving along.
Portobello mushrooms will be legalized or at least decriminalized.
And would you look at that? The state of New Mexico followed in suit with other states that have already done so to legalize mushrooms, because we're talking about portobello mushrooms that you cook and stir fry in a delicious stir fry. Moving along.
A right-wing influencer is going to get a position at the White House. Like, I'm talking like an official position. This is a good time to reiterate that I think podcast microphones should be harder to buy than a fucking gun, but anyways.
And would you look at that? This did come true. in a sacred space in the White House, there used to exist a press pool where vetted veteran journalists would hold court and ask the hard-hitting questions about our nation. And that was completely gutted when the president decided to allow in right-wing influencers from some, let's say, less vetted. Do we call them news company? I don't even know what to call them. I don't even know what to call them. And it was taken a step further when some of these legacy journalist companies had their press access revoked from places like the Pentagon. You know, where they can just report on the security of the nation. But now we have Candace Owen. Candace Owen, come on down to White House. Let's continue.
BetterHelp is going to be investigated by the government.
And bada bing, bada boom, BetterHelp was investigated in the year of 2025. There were allegations that BetterHelp would match people in serious crises needing help from a real therapist with people that were not real therapists, like at all, like Joe off the street. And Ben D. Almeida Iteration 1 had an example of this when he himself had a BetterHelp therapist that didn't even remember his name. Moving along.
Honora will win Best Picture at the Oscars. Amazing movie. I loved it.
And just like that, as simple as it comes, Honora won Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Next up.
A YouTuber will become a billionaire for the first time.
And I'm elated to say that even though in the future, the year that I live in right now, all billionaires were hung at the stake plenty of centuries ago, Mr. Beast did become the first YouTuber billionaire. And to celebrate, he did so many miraculous things in 2025, like opening a theme park in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, that was funded by oil money and probably built by slaves in the span of like a week. Moving along.
Crumble cookies will fall. Crumble cookies will fall. Crumble cookies will fall.
Now, although Crumble Cookies did not fall completely, their fall has begun. Crumble Cookies themselves reported multiple stores closing due to their rapid expansion, but very quick fall off. And as a matter of fact, in 2035, 10 years later, all the vacant lots that once sat Crumble Cookies laid home for a brand new concept by Spirit Halloween called Spirit Pop-Up, where they would go into these smaller retail locations and create their own Spirit Halloweens in tinier locations. It was honestly a win-win. A couple more that came true.
Trump and Melania will get separated or divorced.
And would you look at that? In 2025, Trump's biographer claimed that they live completely separate lives and are separated. That by May, Melania Trump had only spent 14 days in the White House total. Which is so interesting, because if you had the White House to live in, and you didn't. And finally,
Trump will declassify a document when he becomes president that he should not have declassified. He's gonna be like, guys, look what I found, and then it's gonna be like actual world-changing information that the general public just like shouldn't know.
Now there was this phenomenon back in 2025 that captivated the world by storm called the Epstein Files, and it was something that the president had vowed to release that was part of draining the liberal swamp. Until it turned out that he was in it, and there were so many instances of the president being just buddy with Epstein. He didn't think that his parts would be in it, and then spaghetti-o. How did you guys live like that back in 2025? How were you just... Do you realize how fucking crazy of a time you were living through back then? I mean, we've got everything figured out. We were able to, like, eradicate AI and, like, fucking class warfare and all that, but you guys... Whoo! Oh, my God! Thank God I don't have to live through that shit again. Thank God I can just look in a fucking history book and I don't have to live through that like you guys. I pity you! I pity you! So with that, let's begin your predictions for the next year. It's truly so silly to call them predictions, because really they are visions. These are things that will come true in 2026. Here at Oracle News Network, our correspondents throughout all the different timelines, with multiple different viewpoints and perspectives, will share with you the upcoming predictions. So, I'm joined live now by Benjamin D. Almeida, iteration 436. Hey Benjamin, thanks. I'm here reporting live from the great concavity left behind where the White House once stood in 2025. Here to report the prediction that J.D. Vance and his wife Usha Vance will split up. It's been a rocky pairing for the two, and they've been caught not wearing their fucking wedding rings, which is always a great sign with married couples. And also, in 2026, the first remnants of a class war will begin in the United States. It's been bubbling for a while. Why is going to the grocery store $3,000, even if it's Dollar General? And that can't last forever. The system will break, and it will break in 2026. And listen, that's just the start of it. Out here in 2065, we are fighting for our lives right now. Thank you, Benjamin D. Almeida, iteration 436. Now, let's take it away to Benjamin D. Almeida, iteration 229. Hello, thank you, Benjamin. I am currently reporting to you outside Sam Altman's former residence, the CEO of OpenAI. And in the year 2026, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, responsible for ChatGPT, was sentenced to prison. It's still unclear why, but it's fucking prison. Maybe it's destroying the brains of the rest of civilization. Maybe it's opening Pandora's box in a way that we will never fully recover from as a society and never did. I don't know. And on the topic of AI, in 2026, unfortunately, one of the last bastions of education and just the good old sense of the internet, Wikipedia, starts using AI for its own content and moderation. This will lead to insane protests, boycotts against Wikipedia. It was the one job that I had, and now it's AI slop. Thank you, 229. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. All right, next we have Benjamin D. Almeida, iteration 380. Hey, thanks, Benjamin. I'm currently at the headquarters of Eli Lilly. This is a very contentious location because in 2026, the cure for Alzheimer's, one of the worst diseases that can happen to a human, was found. But all things balance out, and the same applies to the pharmaceutical world, where a DIY Ozempic company ended up killing many people. There was a mass Ozempic shortage prior to 2025, and when companies started manufacturing it, Walter White style in an RV parked in fucking New Mexico, it didn't go well. Thank you, 380. Next up, we have number 484. Yo, what up, Benjamin? Thank you so much. I'm currently at the Vatican in Italy, or not in Italy. It's the fucking Vatican. It's their own country. The Pope will play basketball in 2026. He's a cool Pope. He's from Chicago and hosted a rave outside the Vatican. And in 2026, he will dribble that ball up and down the court to prove that. Well, I don't know what it'll prove. Something to someone. And in other holy news, Temu will go bankrupt. They faced all sorts of shit. They had a racketeering charge, like a RICO case that they used to give to the mafia. They gave to Temu. And in 2026, Temu will go bankrupt. A mixture of tariffs from the United States government and just being generally a shitty company, a piece of shit company, fucking doo-doo stain on the ground company. Yeah, they're gonna go, they went bankrupt. They're gone. Thank you, 484. Next up, from Benjamin D. Almeida, iteration 22. Hey, thanks, Benjamin. I'm currently reporting to you live from the New York Stock Exchange, where back in 2026, the AI bubble finally popped. People realized that artificial intelligence wasn't all that intelligent and was a glorified fucking Google search that just contabulates and sashes you up with a dumbass voice. It's like, great, so that's a really good point, and let me know if you want to expand more. Shut the fuck up! Shut up! But the AI bubble will burst in 2026, which will send the stock market collapsing. But at least we realize that AI is the devil incarnate. And also in stocks in a downward spiral is Disney, after multiple people in 2026 will mysteriously die at Disney. And I'm not talking like on Disney Plus, like I'm talking like at the worlds and the lands. Thank you, 22. Next up, we have live Benjamin D. Almeida, 38. Hey, thanks, Benjamin. I'm currently reporting to you from the nuclear bunker on Earth 3, but just letting you know that in 2026, there will be a new drug, a new recreational drug. We're not talking Advil, we're talking like a really crazy drug will enter the market. People will get their hands on it for the worst. And you'll have to be banned. Additionally, social media will be banned for kids in multiple Western countries. This is good. This is good. If you're under 16, you should not be on social media. Talk to the fucking wall. Thank you, 38. Next up, from Benjamin D. Almeida, number 42. Hey, thanks, Benjamin. I'm currently reporting to you live from the 6,000th Annual Academy Awards. But looking back to the 2026 Academy Awards, one battle after another will win Best Picture at the 2026 Oscars. It'll sweep. It was a gooder. And it was actually one of the last movies before Hollywood decided to just fire everyone and make everything AI generated against everyone's will. Additionally, DMX by Kendrick Lamar will win Best Album at the 2026 Grammys. And some other pop culture stuff for you. We have Billboard, which in 2026 will make its very own AI chart. A chart for AI music, which is almost an oxymoron. What the fuck is that? Music is an art form. AI cannot make art. You are if you think that AI can make art. And also there will be a Stranger Things spin-off. Do you think a multi-billion-dollar company would just let a franchise die like that? No! No, there will be spin-offs forever. There will be spin-offs of every single media. Thank you, 42. Next up, from Benjamin D. Almeida, iteration 3426. Hey, thanks, Benjamin. Some more predictions for you. We have Jenna Marbles in 2026 will make a public reappearance. A much beloved fixture of the YouTube community. She shocked the world when she decided, I'm fucking done. And I don't blame her. I feel the amount of times I'm like, ooh, I never want to be on my phone ever again. Oh, I never want to show my face on the internet ever again. But I persevere. But the day will fucking come. And moving along, something very bad will go wrong on America's 250th birthday. And I don't know what'll happen. But probably something. But nothing ever happens. Nothing ever really happens. Thank you, 3426. Next up, we...
Listen to me, on much time. You cannot let yourself get black-pilled. The future that they tell you about, that is so dark and gloomy, that's not the future. You have a choice. You can pick your own future. The world being scary doesn't mean that your world has to be scary.